Think
Hello
we're,
again. I think we're live. Yeah.
you doing the introduction today? Welcome. Introduce yourself.
I am the Weirdling.
And oh, I'm Papa Weird. I'm going with Papa Weird. I'm sticking with it. That's just too cool. Sorry. Too cool for the old school. All right. Change log. Well, we haven't had a chance to change anything. We just finished the previous
Recap.
catch up. Yeah, and straight into the next one because that's just the way time works, and we're
Time.
super organized like that, right? Okay, so who are we using today? Lady Darkness, the mascot, Lob. Are you using the same? All right, okay, quickly. Draghi. I'm gonna be Draghi again. Good there. Very good. All right. Draghi's going to the prison. All right.
He's going to prison.
Draghi's going to prison. He probably should. Like, to help people. Because he's a cleric of goodness, obviously. And not a necromancer ever, I promise. Alright?
Never.
Ever. Never, ever. We don't do necromancers. Alright?
But necromancy is fun.
Not if you are the corpse.
Okay.
Alright? Come back to me when you are the corpse and tell me about how your passive necromancy's gone.
Okay.
Alright? When you are not the active necromancer, but the passive necromancy. Whatever. We've dwelled. Alright. So, we have recap. Very good. Come off here, Draghi. Alright. We have finished our first section.
Our second section.
And our second section. So we have done processing. And then onto our second section, which is services. We have finished services. We have stories going along. There's dysentery. There is dysentery so far. We haven't got to the elves, the Shadowcry elves that are breaking out yet. They'll come later. We're populating them here. Into the cells and along the way, but obviously that you'll see them far more often. They'll become far more important to the narrative of the dungeon. All right.
The lore.
So part 3. This is the entryway into our into the actual prison proper. I do believe that after these 5 rooms for this cell, and you defeat the warden at the end of this section, you will be granted your level 2. Yeah, level up. We've fought enough things. We've done a lot of stuff. Possibly got dysentery. I think you deserve a level. All right?
Possibly got this.
Well, I mean, if you walk in to the kitchen area that we've already done, and you see the scraps of food that have been prepared, and you're like, the barbarian's like, I'm so hungry, I'm going to just eat it anyway.
Nom nom nom.
And then they have a high constitution save, but what if they don't save against the disease? Then they get dysentery. Maybe they go to the toilet and it spreads easy in there, and they don't wash their hands, right? Dysentery, okay? Gonna be my new
Wash your hand, guys.
Yeah, guys at home, wash your hands. All right. We want to see good hygiene practices. All right. Cell block. That's what we're doing. The third part here. Last leg of the level 1 madness. Gonna be our cell blocks. Okay. So this is the entryway. Next, when we get into level 2 and we sort of open up the actual prison and we get into the main, we're gonna have another full cell block. I'm thinking of putting a sanitarium in. And I'm thinking of putting in the high risk section, you know, right? The really dangerous. Well, we might need a crematorium later. Maybe that's in the expansion setting. Maybe they did have a place. It's just the next level down, right? That'll be some level 2 shenanigans or possibly level 3 shenanigans. All right. Now, finish off this first, all right? Let's do it. What do? We did an entryway from the bloodlock, number C, all right? Where was that? That was right here. I'm going to have to draw it on that isometric view, right? So, coming in, can we see it on the bottom here?
Yes.
Alright, we can see it. Number C, at the bottom. Southernmost door, alright?
Is that just going to be your thing now? Number C?
Number C. Don't you start with me. Don't you? If I want to, I can. I'm the boss. I'm the boss of me, alright? Can't tell me. Don't you ever say that to me, though, because I'm still the boss of you for another some years, all right, until you get angry at me and move out and run away with the troop of circus folk. Like Avatar. I don't know, shut up. All right.
Avatar?
Didn't they have a circus troupe in that? And didn't the girl run away from her family and join the circus troupe? The one who did the pressure points and the acrobatics? Was that not her backstory? Or am I just making this up now?
I have no idea.
You watched it? I watched. Well, that's why I probably can't remember it. Maybe it's not remembering worthy. Moving on. Beyond distraction. All right. Where are we? Entrance room. Third time to the cell block. Okay. We're going to have a nice, lovely little hall here working on. I'm thinking 50, 60 feet easy. All right.
And there's just like this god dude.
A guard dude at the locked door. It's only got a 5-foot entrance, right? So it's a single locked door, which the guard doesn't have a key to. Doesn't have the officer's key. So he has a button here, right? He has a bell which can signal the warden, and the one warden on this area here who's tough. We only have one guard here. He does the whole area, but he's tough. All right.
He's like a CR1 challenge.
Maybe 2. All right, we're not sure. 1.235 challenge. All right. Maybe we just like you can still make them a CR1, and then you just give them a class. Now he's a barbarian and can rage, and you give him magical armor. Now he's harder to hit. And or well, I mean they don't have much armor. You give them light armor, right? They can wear light armor. No. If they don't wear any armor, it's plus that plus dex plus wisdom, right? Barbarian.
Yes.
What do I know? I'm pretty sure that's it. Anyway,
He has
give
the
them a shield. They can have a shield if they're a barbarian. I don't want to talk. Did we even give him something? He doesn't exist yet. We haven't got that far. What do we know? He could be anything, but he could be quite tough. The idea is there's only one guy here. He's quite tough as a guard. He has the actual key on the other side here, and we have the one guard at the entry gate here, guarding a locked
He
gate.
has the most boring job ever. Just stand there and
Stand at the end of the
look at
corridor.
prisoners.
Doesn't get the key. He only lets them in or out. I think that's about his only job. He's pretty much just there to make sure that people don't escape if they get through that locked door. Say they overpower the warden, they get his officer's key. Well, at least they know there's one more guard before they have the next locked door at the end of this corridor. But to spice up the corridor, because locks and keys and everything isn't enough, that lock on that gateway, same in the key mechanism. If they mess up the key, for example, what's going to happen is they force it. It's because they don't have a key. Say they try to pick it and they have a fail. It's got a trap. It's quite reasonable to see what 19 plus, I suppose, so a little bit difficult to see within there. But it's got a dexterity save to jump out of the way, because we're gonna have arrows. We're gonna have an arrow trap, like a volley, like like straight down. Like where's the door here, right? Hold on, they got the gateway here, and this is the actual wall, that goes around. That's the curvature of the wall here, and you got where's the gate? My thumb is the gate. We're playing charades, all right? This is a new thing we do now on the channel, all right?
Charades with
Sure. This part here is where the arrows are all gonna shoot out of like my wrist, like whatever. What are you doing? Are you trying to? Yeah, like they're gonna fly down the corridor that way, right? Dexterity saves to jump out of the way. Otherwise, they take just a d6 damage from an arrow. Flies down the entire length of the corridor. What are we doing? What? You dropped Draghi on his face. Don't do that, poor Draghi.
Oh yeah, 1d6, yes.
Yeah, 1d6 over here. Look, piercing. It only shoots once, and then it has to be reset. So if they blow it, then they know it's not going to come back unless somebody resets it manually. We also going to have then a ramp down. It's not a full descent. It's more of a sort of like a incline that sort of moves along with the lay of the sort of the terrain there. As it gets into a more rougher sort of they don't really care about the presentation so much. This is now the prison proper. So it's definitely big. It's still stone masonry work. They've still managed to obviously shore up the walls. This isn't bare dirt or anything, but it isn't mortared. It isn't painted. It isn't finished in any way. Sorry.
And there's 2 prisoners.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they come down this ramp here once they get past this locked gateway, and we're into the cells proper. This is going to be probably people they want to have on hand and keep an eye on, but it's not necessarily the
that dangerous.
Yeah, sure. Except for this guy here. All right, so we have 2 prisoners so far that we generated up. We rolled not only for their race, but also for their nature by degrees, and their circumstances. And what we came up with was we have
a Shadowkai that was
yes, Shadowkai.
participating in the war like 500 years ago?
Yeah, well, either one of the captives from an earlier war or something like that, or perhaps one of the ones that, if we're doing it, that they've already had the incursions. That this last line is where they're holding them back. You know, beyond this original cell block, the next area that we're doing, the level 2, is already fallen. All right, so they got 1 or 2 prisoners that they still have a hold of and control of, and those ones are in this cell block. And one of them's, yeah, Shadowkai over here. And the other one on the other side was a Humi, right? Human. We got a human. So regular inmates. Nothing really interesting that we sort of derived as like personalities or anything. We just got a Shadowkai and a human there. Oh, we did do traps other than the trap with the arrow trap at the top of the hallway here.
Each of the cells has like a charm trap.
Yeah, all of the cells going forward here now have traps on all of the locked doors that the keys can bypass, obviously. If you know that they're there, then you obviously know that they're there and you can investigate them and disarm them normally first, sleight of hands, whatever. Or you can use you could use maybe blow it itself. You might have some other way to actually break the locking mechanism and destroy the trap inside. But the trap itself is a self-resetting trap. It's psychological in nature. Like I said, sits inside the lock. So for people who are trying to disarm it or unlock it that way and aren't fortunate, or if there's someone is trying to pick it and they don't observe it, then they will trigger it. And it will try to charm them at a moderate difficulty, because this is meant to either keep the prisoners in or stop people from taking them. So we're looking probably like 16, 17, 18s to resist, or wisdom saves to resist the effect of being charmed. But if you aren't charmed, say you make the save, I've added in the extra punishing that it doesn't matter what. If you fail the save, then there's a feedback for interfering with the lock. The lock will stay locked, obviously, if you fail your picking, but the trap itself will reset for every attempt. It's a permanent. These locks are permanent effect on each of one of these the locks to these cells. So they will fire each time you fail in your attempts to open them. They will try to charm you. And if they don't charm you, they will try to give you psychic feedback damage. 2d4 psychic damage was what we're looking at here, just basic. Enough to give a good shock. If you get max damage, 8, you could take out a wizard or something. Why the wizard would be opening the door themselves, I don't know. Maybe that you only have a wizard who's a little bit dexterous. You don't actually have a rogue or something.
Could happen.
Cup of tea break. And me. Green tea. Raspberry tea. So far away from being green. Oh my god. I'm colorblind. I'm good colorblind, boy. Save me. Got to me eyes. Alright. Moving on. So we have our 2 prisoners here. Humi and Shadowkai behind two locked cell doors that do psychic damage to individuals that aren't charmed if they fail to unlock them. This lock will and lock and trapping mechanism. Don't you stop. I see you. Stop. This locking mechanism will be seen. Trap mechanism is going to be used throughout. All right. So moving on. Let's do it. Oh, that was a long one. Let's go. Well, this is actually going to be a quick one. This is just the next corridor with the next lot of cells. From now on, there's probably going to be a lot of cells and just a lot of random.
There's just 2 cells, and there's
What do we got? This one.
just half elf
Half elf.
who is absolutely innocent.
Purely innocent.
They're just racist. They don't like the halfies.
No half elves, so they put him in a cell. 100% purely innocent. This is for the good-hearted folk. Hopefully they will believe the claims of innocence and rescue them and let them to have freedom or be a companion, or in some way let them go, right? Give them back their freedom.
Then there was
Yes,
there was
here,
the
over here.
half orc we mentioned before.
The half orc. It's got files, all right? We haven't given it a name. Grug, whatever. but half orc here inmate, who is a war criminal. That's why we have the files on them. Though is also protesting their innocence, along with the half elf. So you got one, oh, I'm innocent, and on the other side it's like, oh, I'm also innocent. You know, that kind of deal. Depending on where the party's at, they may or may not believe them. Insight checks. Let's see how we go with that. This half orc though is not innocent at all. War criminal with exclamation mark, has files. Look, I even wrote largest file in the record room is for this half orc.
He has like a 5 centimeter thick file.
Okay, that's about that thick, right? That's 2 inches. That's not the thickest. Well, it could be quite a thick file. Maybe he's got volumes. Maybe he's got volumes. Look, I told you. Look, that's what I said. I said.
Maybe like
I know my inches. 10 inch.
10 centimeter.
10 centimeter. All right, 4 inches wide file. All right, sure. Just so everybody knew, right? So we're gonna, what is it? 4 inch file. Great.
That's only chapter 1.
Oh, that is equal chapter. You make. Oh my god. All right, war criminal. Chapter 1 says he's innocent. Certainly not. That's it. You know, like the doors are simple. Same locking and trapping mechanism. It's just a corridor. And that's our narrative story that we're working on here. Now, I'm going to move these out of the way because you're going to be drawing in the next section. Let's move that over here. Move the dice tray over here at the top so it's not in the way. So you have yourself enough room. Would you like a pencil or a mechanical? Okay, a pencil. All right, so working like we did here on the other side, draw your corridor in and draw in your cells on either side. I will find the appropriate tables and books and stuff. Tables and books and stuff. Oh my! Right in the trap, the little trap, the locks, the officer lock symbols, just so that we can have cohesive representation in our map building. All right, we're just randomizing things out of the player's handbook. All right, the cursed artifact. Woo! Blow out all the cobwebs. All right. Where are we at? Oh, we're just looking for the different races. Let's try this. Roll me. Are you ready for rolling dice? We've got to be rolling dice.
Okay, we gotta flip if it's Shadowkai first.
Oh yeah, because we're trying to overpopulate it with Shadowkai. We're always flipping, right? Oh my god, if we throw it away, right?
The first one's not Shadowkai.
Okay, the second one.
So
Just wait, just flip the second one, may as well. Alright, double handling.
no.
No, okay, we're not overpopulating them with Shadowkai. There are prisoners here. We did do this.
One is.
Wait, oh, well, yeah, okay, alright. It was a D10 minus 1, right? For a basic race. Basic race?
6.
6. A gnome? A gnome? Alright, we'll get back to that. We'll see what the other one is. I don't know why they lock up a gnome, to be honest. I don't know why many gnomes would come in close to this city. This city, in the history of it, other than its interactions with elves and lots of elves and gods and stuff, has some history of an interaction with dwarves.
But not gnomes.
But not gnomes. But there's a gnome there now.
And
Poor
there's
bloke.
7.
7 gnomes? What?
No, number 7.
Oh, the race is number 7. Oh, we have another half elf.
Oh, he's also innocent.
Also, so you're saying that any half elf that we generate is innocent?
Yes.
Okay, that's an assertive point to take. All right. I thought these were meant to be the good elves. They're the racist elves.
They're basically pure, except they're racist against all
They're pure blood. All right, they're like what's his name in Harry Potter. This is why when the player characters come down and they're exploring this area, they shouldn't feel bad about killing the elves that are, you know, the wardens and the guards here at all, and even the chefs, because apparently they're all racists. So
Yeah.
yay. All right, let's not belabor that point. Let's move on very quickly. Another half elf. What's the gnome in for? Is the gnome in for something? Is the gnome innocent or guilty of a crime? Let's give him a flip. All right, I hope he's innocent. Innocent or guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty. All right, so we've got a guilty gnome.
He's guilty of like I don't know,
like what? This is
blowing
your
up the
story.
cathedral.
Well, they blow things up. So you're saying maybe he was working with the Shadowkai and providing them with like
Explosives.
explosive expertise. All right, so he's a what you call a sapper. He's this is SAPPER sapper. This is an engineering expert that deals predominantly with explosives and demolitions. All right, and he's allied with the Shadowkai apparently, and not innocent. I'm very glad that we managed to sort that out. All right, so sip of tea. See, you can see there's my tea bag. Look at it, lovely. Yeah. Quality content. All right.
Yes, very much.
Well, they do it on the streams all the time. They're sitting there. You look at some of the big popular ones. They got like whole tables full of like McDonald's cups and food and everything everywhere. And I don't think we're half as bad as that just yet. All right. What are you doing? What are you? Leave Darth Vader out of this. All right. It's not his time. Okay. Stop it. You can tell it's been a long time. The player characters are getting restless. All right. Let's move on. Do we actually even need to do anything else here?
No.
Not really. This is the point of having a nice quick one here. You can see we're moving through cell blocks. We're trying to populate it. Tomorrow's room is actually going to be the warden's room. So we're going to have a bit of the corridor is going to be extending down here. And we're going to have the warden's room off to one side. And we're going to have the
stairwell.
The transfer stairwell with locked doors on either side. You know, so those will be our upcoming days, 14 and 15. That'll be more interesting, but this is what we're left with. I think we're done. Thank you, everybody. Close with the line. Do we have it? Do we get our line? Is this still the line?
The line.
The line. Now, we should say do the thing with
in the comments.
Comments, great. We got to push this stuff in the below, the down belows. No hassles, right? No hassle.
Yeah,
No hassles. No hassles. Good fun, and I suppose we'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get back to it. We'll have a warden's room to work on. We'll obviously be generating up more armor. Seems to be the theme. I'm not sure what we'll go with this guy. We've got a nature guy. We've got a fancy dapper sort. But yeah, we need to close out at least this first half of the dungeon here for this level 1. And we'll get the PCs underway.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Keep it weird.
Bye.
Bye-bye.